This is the FunFlix Android TV projector. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the user manual. Here of course is the projector itself. Lens cap, it just pops in. You just pop it off. There's no tether or anything like that for it. They give you an AV cable, 3.5 millimeter TRRS plug to your yellow, white, and red composite, so you can input a composite source into it if you'd like. Power cord, of course, is just a standard US plug to a figure 8 style connector. They give you an HDMI cable, HDMI to HDMI, and of course the remote right there. Let me show you the projector itself. We'll turn it around, so we'll move these out of the way. Button right on top to turn it on and off. That's all you get on it. That's why there's the remote. And there's sensors, and of course the lens, dual speakers. The bottom of it, tripod mount right over there, so you can put it on a tripod, and the foot that unscrews like that, so this way it can be angled up if you need like that. So we'll just run that back in for a second here, and then we'll go around back of the unit and I'll show you all the ports on it. We'll put it over here. You have two USB ports right there. You can connect your phone and have it screencast from your phone to the projector, or you can plug a USB flash drive in, which can contain pictures, music, movies, and play directly off a flash drive. Two HDMI ports, so you can plug in any HDMI device, whether that's going to be a laptop with an HDMI out port, or perhaps your cable box, or a DVD Blu-ray player, anything like that. You can do that. The AV jack, which is where this is going to plug in, right over here for your composite, as you see. A headphone jack next to that, and that is the IR window for the remote, and of course your power goes right there. Now a lot of you have looked at this and say, wow, this thing is huge. I've seen projectors a lot smaller. Well, the bigger the projector, the better the image quality, and generally the bigger the image it can project as well. There is a lot more than meets the eye with this. We're going to, of course, demonstrate it in a bit, but I just want to tell you about the specifications on it. The HDMI ports on the back, you can plug in up to a 4K source to it. It's going to project out 1080p. However, this is a native 1080p projector. That means that its actual image sensor that they send light through to send out is 1080p, 1920 by 1080. Most other projectors are only 720 and they're upscaled, and they don't look anywhere near as good. They also don't mess around with telling you the specs. They tell you right off the bat that this is 700 ANSI lumens as well. Most others are less than that, but a lot of times those numbers are fudged. These are the true numbers right there. This can project a screen size of 30 to 300 inches. It has auto keystone and autofocus. Now, keystone is when the image is not exactly square and it's squished in at this end or at the top or anything like that. Basically, not being projected straight. It can account for that, and it's automatic, built in just like that. There also is Bluetooth 5.2 built in, so you can connect this up via Bluetooth to a pair of wireless headphones or to a Bluetooth speaker. If your stereo has a Bluetooth input, you can do that. Or you can use excuse me, the headphone jack on the back and output the audio directly into your stereo system if that's more your speed. On top of all of that, this has an Android TV system built in. If you're not familiar with that, there's many ones out there. Little square box that plugs into your TV and will give you access to a lot of the streaming services that are out there, such as Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Amazon Prime Video, stuff like that. This has it built in. So with all of that said, let me get this set up. We'll turn it on and see what it can do. Alright, we're all set here. I'm going to turn the projector on because I want you to see it automatically focus in that. So it turns on, my camera has readjusted, and we should be just about ready to go. Now I will tell you that any anomalies in the geometry of the screen are simply due to the fact that I can't have the camera in exactly the same plane as the projector, so it's always going to be off as such. Once it comes up with this screen, you just wait a moment, and there's the autofocus, and there is the keystone adjustment. And that's it. All done just like that. That's really convenient. You don't have to mess with it or do anything. It does it all for you. So the first thing we're going to do is give you some more specifications, and that we're going to go over to settings here. By the way, I just wanted to point out, I have not cracked the book open on this projector. Everything I'm looking at here, I just played around with for about 5 minutes. So under network, obviously you set up your wireless network. This will support 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz networks. I have that already set. Under projection setting, projection method will allow you to do front, ceiling front, rear, or ceiling rear. Basically all it does is it flips around the screen, as you see, just like that. That's exactly what we want. We'll leave it there. Autofocusing after boot. Movement autofocus, so if you bump it, jar it, or move it forward or back or anything, it'll do that. Keystone, automatic after boot. And after displacement, auto screen alignment you can turn on. It also has smart obstacle avoidance. I'm not really set up to demonstrate that for you, but if there are obstacles in the way, it can try to move the image to avoid them. And of course you can adjust more about the keystone and stuff like that, set a custom zoom and scale as well. Time is obviously your time. Under common, you choose your language, input method, default source if you want it always on HDMI instead of coming up to that home screen that we saw before. You could do that. Power mode, standby on or last, means if the projector is on and you have a power outage, when power comes back, it will land in standby mode. If it's an on, you have a power outage, when power is reapplied, it automatically turns back on, and last will either turn it on or off depending on the last state it was in. So if we're off, you lost power, you got power back, it stays off. If we're on, you lost power, got power back, it turns back on. System recovery will wipe everything out and reset settings, and you can set a name for the device as well. And Bluetooth. We're going to do that a little bit later, but I want to go to System Info to give you some more information on the built-in Android system that's on here. You can see the internal storage is 3.38 gigabytes of 8 gigabytes. Memory is 1 gigabyte. It's running Android version 9. It's the latest version, firmware and all that. Gives you the system temperature. It has 4 processor cores, Mali 450 GPU, and some network information that you're not going to be privy to. And that's it for that. Other than that, we're going to go over to media and start with that. So in here, I have a flash drive already plugged in, and we're going to first start with pictures. And there you go. Simple like that. Nice, bright display. Nice and clear. So that works quite well, as you see right there. Stuff like that. So there's your pictures. We can go back and we'll go over to music. And, oh, let's see, what looks good today? We'll go with this one. So you may just barely hear it. I'll turn the volume up. It's got some pretty nice sound for certain. Really not bad. It doesn't go exceptionally loud, but still pretty good. But remember that you have Bluetooth built in on this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the menu here, which I need to go back here all the way back. And we're going to go back to settings and over to Bluetooth. I have a Bluetooth speaker. You're not going to be able to see it, but here it is here. You see the blue light blinking on it, so it's going to connect up. We'll hit that, pair, and there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to the songs that we had. I'll play the same song, and now it is playing out of this Bluetooth speaker. I'll crank it up. There we are. That's the maximum volume on this speaker, but definitely a lot more full, as you can tell. And we can go over to movies as well. And we're going to play this here. Are you going shopping? Or did we just pick you up? What is the cat deal? All by yourself, you just went in there. Say hello to YouTube. Oh, yes. Yes. Alright, go back in your bag. Go back in the bag. That's a good boy. Okay, back at the home screen now. You can select your different, inputs like that if you want. Just like that. You'll notice on the bright it says browser. Yep, you guessed it. It's got a browser built in because, remember, it's running Android. So it's got a browser and all those apps and stuff like that. By the way, you also can, and I don't think you're really going to be able to see this, but I have a device here, which you can almost make out, that's actually a keyboard. In fact, it'll light up like that. So that's a keyboard. This is a separate purchase, but you can get that, and it plugs in USB like a wireless keyboard and mouse. Makes it a lot easier to navigate. They're cheap. You can find them online for under 20 bucks. And if you're going to make good use out of any type of thing, whether it's a TV, projector, anything, get yourself one of them little keypads like that. Also has a touchpad on it, so you have mouse control as well. But I'm just going to go with the remote here. We're going to go over to apps. And here you go. You got a whole bunch of different stuff here that's built in. But more importantly, you also have the Google Play Store. And there you go. You can most certainly go and download and install some of your favorite apps on it, which is a really nice touch. But we're going to go to YouTube. I've already taken the liberty of signing myself in. And there you go. We're all set right there. I'm going to go and find another video of mine so I know there's no copyright. And we'll play, a minute or so of that. It is 62 degrees today. That's not sticking around, unfortunately, but it is very nice today. A few things that we have that have popped up so far, just a couple. We'll just kind of go over the backyard in general. It's a mess. The purple wandering Jew obviously has died. Yes, that is what it's called. So that's dead. I didn't expect it to live. I've drained some of the water off of the pool. It's probably utterly green inside. I don't know, it doesn't look good there. Now, of course, you can play with Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime Video and any other streaming apps that you use on your own time. This is just an overview with it. Remember also, I had mentioned before that you can mirrorcast your phone to the projector, and that way you can do that if you want using your data and Wi-Fi connection on your phone. That way you can use the media on there as such as well. Great image quality, nice vibrant color, native 1080p projection, not scaled up from 720, 700 ANSI lumens, all around excellent. And one of the greatest features, I think, is the automatic focus and keystone correction as well. So really, you need to know nothing except turn it on and it does it all for you. Really nice projector all around from FunFlix. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find this item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.